You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
You can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Right after Canelo Alvarez finished his latest fight, Floyd Mayweather grabbed attention by calling out Terence Crawford and once again shook up the boxing world. He spoke boldly without holding back, which made it clear that he is hungry to step back into the ring for another big fight. Mayweather has always been known for his extreme confidence and his unbeaten record. Fans and experts are buzzing at the thought of him facing Crawford, who many believe is one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport today. The possible matchup brings even more drama and excitement to boxing, and you can sense the tension building everywhere.
Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. Like, you only have to win 7-10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes he never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford kept his perfect record by beating Canelo Alvarez by split decision, making the super middleweight title his for good. The fight, which took place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on September 13, 2025, was one of the most anticipated events of the year. Crawford moved up to weight classes for this fight and was very sure of himself as he walked into the ring. Canelo was bigger and stronger than Crawford, but Crawford controlled the pace and used smooth boxing, footwork, and combos to beat him.
What did you think? What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was gonna go. I didn't think the weight was gonna be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record as saying I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was gonna go. And I knew that Bud was only gonna get stronger and get bolder, and start to wear him down. Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and sand, man. I've been on wax and sand for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He's hands down. He's the best. He's the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him respect no matter what. You got to give him respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease.
Right.
You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to Spence. Look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, you have to take that into consideration.
Terence Crawford protected his unbeaten record by defeating Canelo Alvarez through a split decision and claimed the super middleweight title in a fight that became one of the most talked about events of the year. The showdown took place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on September 13, 2025, and fans had been waiting for it for months. Terence Crawford moved up 2 weight classes for this challenge and stepped into the ring full of belief and confidence. Canelo Alvarez had the size and strength advantage, but Crawford stayed calm, set the tempo, and relied on sharp boxing skills, smart footwork, and clean combinations to earn the victory.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talk to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather bet on Crawford and made some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't expect anything different.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. placed his money on Terence Crawford to defeat Canelo Alvarez because he believed in Crawford and felt confident he would win. Even though Crawford entered the fight as the underdog, Mayweather still put down $50,000 on the money line at plus 148 odds. When Crawford secured a majority decision victory, the wager came through and Mayweather collected $124,000. The winning bet proved that he trusted Crawford's ability and also showed his deep understanding of the fight game.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as.
Mayweather has also made his position clear in the pound for pound debate by naming Terence Crawford as the best fighter in the world. After Crawford's impressive win over Canelo Alvarez, he praised his talent, focus, and success across different weight classes. For Mayweather, being pound for pound is not just about collecting titles, but about proving yourself again and again against the toughest opponents. He believes Crawford has done exactly that. By defeating top champions and staying unbeaten, Crawford has built a strong reputation as the man to beat in today's boxing scene.
You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
Crawford has always respected the way Floyd Mayweather Jr. handled boxing, not only for his talent inside the ring, but also for the smart way he managed his career and built his legacy. Over time, that respect grew into a genuine connection between them. Mayweather often shares small pieces of advice and guidance, and Crawford values those words deeply. He does not just hear them, he applies them. Their relationship reflects a deeper bond built on shared ambition, family values, and a clear understanding of what it truly takes to reach greatness in sports.
Fight Hub TV, right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number two, pleasure. Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go. And I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine. So I cannot think in that way. But I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
A few days ago, Canelo Alvarez told reporters that he believes Terence Crawford is far better than Floyd Mayweather Jr., and the statement shocked many fans. It was surprising because Mayweather defeated Alvarez in 2013 when Canelo was just 23 years old, unbeaten and full of confidence. Crawford showed sharp hand speed, smart footwork and a clear game plan over 12 rounds to secure his win, and his display was outstanding from start to finish. Even after jumping up 2 weight classes, he handled Alvarez's heavy punches with tight defense and accurate counter shots, proving his class at the highest level.
Remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. CJ Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other 2 judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20 something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost. Yeah, but man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
But are you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
To
make himself look like he did something great.
Entity, athlete, Canelo Alvarez, Mexican boxer, claimed that entity, athlete, Terence Crawford, American boxer, is far superior to Floyd, and that sparked a sharp response from entity, athlete, Jeff Mayweather, American boxing trainer, Floyd's uncle. Jeff suggested that Canelo was trying to boost Crawford's image so his own defeat would seem easier to justify. He stressed that when Canelo lost to entity, athlete, Floyd Mayweather Jr., American boxer, he was in his prime, which challenges the idea that Floyd was already declining. Jeff also rejected comparisons about defense, insisting that while Crawford is talented, Mayweather's defensive ability was on another level.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought.
Yeah.
In the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring.
Yeah.
Who's the better fighter, Jay?
Of course you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great to me.
Greg Hackett, who trains Floyd Mayweather Jr., has stepped into the debate about Mayweather and Terence Crawford and says Floyd still ranks higher. While he admits that Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez was impressive, he believes Mayweather stands above him because of his elite defense and deep ring intelligence. Hackett respects Crawford's talent, but argues that history favors Mayweather since he retired unbeaten and ruled across multiple weight divisions. His comments highlight the ongoing discussion in boxing about who truly deserves to be called the best of this era.
Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault. His resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. He's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo, like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
It is now clear that Eddie Hearn does not share Canelo Alvarez's view that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. He argued that Crawford's resume does not compare to Mayweather's and claimed that several of Crawford's opponents were no longer at their peak when he faced them. Hearn admitted that Crawford has secured major victories, including his recent win over Canelo, but said he still lacks the same number of elite wins against top fighters in multiple weight divisions that Mayweather achieved throughout his career.
Where do you sit with this? Because 2 pound-for-pound greats of this era, Canelo, we see the resume, Crawford, 2-time undisputed, potentially this weekend becomes 3. I've said in a few interviews, is it skills pay the bills, or does a good big man beat a good little man? How do you see it?
I feel like the skills pay the bills, and I feel like Crawford's not that much literal than Canelo. We've seen in the face-off that they're around the same size, if not Crawford like a little bigger. Yeah, for sure. So, really just, we're going to see tomorrow, how it plays out. Whoever the better man is that night, I feel like will win. I feel like it's even playing fields, and, both guys coming ready, so we're just going to have to see.
If Terence does win this, a lot of people are saying that puts him as the greatest of all time. Now, I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd, and a lot of people are saying Floyd is greatest, but does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonard's, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well, because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, nobody will ever. I feel like Floyd will always be the greatest of all time.
Floyd Mayweather will always be remembered as the greatest boxer of all time. According to Colonel Motton, even with all the recent praise for Terence Crawford's dominance, he made it clear that Mayweather's perfect record, sharp ring IQ, defensive brilliance, and success across multiple weight classes created a standard that very few fighters can reach. Motton applauded Crawford's achievements, especially his victory over Canelo, but he explained that true greatness is not defined by one big night. It is about staying on top for years, proving yourself again and again, and making history by remaining unbeaten. While he accepts that Crawford is an outstanding fighter, he still believes Mayweather's legacy stands above the rest.
Get back in the gym. We're gonna get back in the gym, and we're gonna assess that. And right now, I just want him to go on vacation, have some fun, spend time with his family, man. Because we trained for like probably a half a year for that fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time spent away from home, a lot of time spent away from the family. So I just want him to just go get back home.
And what for you?
Yeah.
Damn. And for you? Hey, this thing. Appreciate you.
What you saying about training a half a year?
You trained almost a half a year for that fight. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was so sharp. Everybody.
Terence Crawford has spoken about the comparisons with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and said every fighter should be judged by the era they compete in. He explained that he sees himself as the best of his generation, just as Mayweather was in his time, and believes direct comparisons do not make sense. His comments show confidence in what he has achieved and his desire to build a legacy that stands on its own. Meanwhile, his longtime trainer Brian McIntyre made it clear they will not rush into another bout after the huge win over Canelo Alvarez. He said Crawford just came through one of the biggest nights of his career and deserves proper rest before returning to camp. According to him, recovery must come first after such a demanding training period and 12 tough rounds. Rather than jumping into talk about new opponents, he advised Crawford to take a real break to recover mentally and physically celebrate his success and carefully plan the next move in his outstanding career.
Floyd Mayweather at what, dude, 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was when he was probably at his prime, right? Prime, and you're only 23?
23.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, beat him. If you beat him, you want to be the best in the world. 23, so imagine that. But, he was the better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter, but I learned.
Bernie THA boxer, a strong supporter of Terence Crawford, blasted the judging after the Canelo fight, claiming they tried to rob the fans. He argued that the scorecards failed to reflect how clearly Crawford controlled the action, saying several rounds were scored wrong or far too close. In his view, Crawford set the tempo, showed sharper skills, and outworked Canelo Alvarez, yet the judges did not reward that effort fairly. Even though it was announced as a unanimous decision, he believes questionable scoring in boxing continues to frustrate people. Floyd Mayweather Jr. sees the bout from a different angle since he defeated Canelo back in 2013 when Canelo was unbeaten and rising, and that victory remains a major moment in his career, proving his defensive mastery and ring IQ. Now Mayweather has turned his attention to Crawford by calling him out, which has reignited excitement in boxing and sent a clear message that he still believes he can compete with the very best.